Around 120 days ago, this Dominatrix OnlyFans creator was stuck plateauing at around $10,000 a month. As you can see from her stats in July, she made just $10,000. In June, she was capped at $12,000, and in May, she was stuck at $11,000. Now, she was posting every day, trying new trends and doing all the right things. She'd even tried working with a couple of agencies, but nothing really seemed to work. She was burnt out and had completely plateaued. Her content was okay, and her page was active, but she just wasn't growing and she definitely wasn't scaling. Fast forward to September this year, when we first started working with this creator, we broke through that $10,000 a month plateau and generated $35,000 in that first month alone. Even more. 30 days later, we scaled to $41,000. Then from $10,000 to $76,000 in less than 4 months. Previously, as you can see from her earnings, she never really could break out from that 10 to 12K range. Even better, she now works less than she did before. She just makes content. She doesn't touch her chat, and she has a posting army that posts over 30 pieces of content for her daily. We multiply her content inputs with editing to save her time and maximize posting volume. Every post she makes, we edit into 5 unique posts, and she's built a brand so strong that her fans pay a minimum of $400 for customs without blinking an eye. Now, this isn't just a fluke. This is a proven, predictable, reliable, and scalable system that's been built over the last 3 years. My name's Catherine, and I work at the most results-driven dominatrix talent management agency in the world. We've helped tens of creators scale over the last 3 years, but this one case, this one transformation proves what's possible when a creator is truly coachable, consistent, and backed by the right team and the right systems. In this video, I'm going to break it all down for you. You'll see exactly what we did to take her from $10,000 a month to over $76,000 a month in under 4 months. So, if you're a dominatrix creator who sees OnlyFans as a full-time career and not a hobby, then watch closely, because once you see how this works, there's no going back to posting and just hoping. You can see here again, before we stepped in, she was at $10,000 a month. Then after the first 30 days of the system, she was at $35,000. And less than 120 days later, she hit $76,000 a month. The pain before the breakthrough. Before she ever made $76,000 in a month, she was already putting in the hard work. Now that's the part that most people miss. She wasn't lazy, and she definitely wasn't inconsistent. She was doing everything she thought she was supposed to. She was posting twice every day and shooting new content consistently. She told me something that I'll never forget. She said, "I'm so sick and tired of babysitting these little vanilla agencies, and I just feel so burnt out from having to do everything myself." And she quite literally was. So once again, as you can see from the screenshot, she was stuck at 10,000 in July, burnt out and completely exhausted. She was stuck in the low view Instagram trap, averaging only 2 to 3,000 views. She ran one page and it was getting less than 4,000 views per month. And what's worse, she was only able to pull around 271 new subs into her page, even with consistent posting. It was clear that whatever she was doing was just not working for her. She was posting daily with no growth, but didn't know what else to try. She'd already tried 2 vanilla agencies in the past, and both times it really didn't work out for her. So she was doing everything herself: content, chatting to fans, strategy, and sales every day, non-stop, but going absolutely nowhere. The main issue was she wasn't really getting any leverage. She didn't have any system that she could plug into that multiplied her time, her views, her subscribers, and most importantly, her income. Now let's fast forward only 90 days when she told us, "I really love your system. I feel so supported with you guys, and I've never made this much money in my life. Thank you so much for what you've been able to do with my accounts." She was over the moon because her earnings were growing fast. She'd gone from feeling almost hopeless to making more money than she'd ever made before in just 4 months, all because she had the right system working for her. She now consistently goes viral within her niche. She gets viral targeted views every single day, and on just one of her pages in the last 60 days, she got over 6 million views. And what's even better is we run 6 pages for her. This is just one of them. And to top it all off, in the month of October, she gained 3,400 subscribers, then once again smashing her old record in November with 4,600 subs. So months of less than 300 subscribers are no longer her reality. And it's all because we helped her scale her posting from 6 times per day to over 30 posts per day. We laid out everything for her so she can focus solely on content, and she knows she will never be alone or needing a new agency again because she has an agency that works around the clock for her. Her strategy and monetization is covered, and she's still gaining momentum and making more money by the day. The reason that she's able to achieve this level of success is simple. It's because she had two major issues that were stopping her growth, and our system solved the two major problems that had been holding her back when trying to scale her earnings, traffic, and chatting on OnlyFans. We plugged her into a system designed to solve the issues that she was facing, and we call that system the Dominatrix Creator Growth Engine. The problem that she'd had was that she was unable to get enough views on Instagram to gain momentum. She was stuck with most of her videos getting less than 10,000 views. She simply wasn't getting enough submissive men into her page on a daily basis to build any real momentum. And worse, once they were actually in her page, she didn't have the right systems and strategies in place to turn their interest into a cash machine. It's almost impossible for a solo creator to keep up with the chats, as well as making content and posting. Not only that, she didn't have any clear way of filtering her fans into spenders and time wasters. Now make sure you stay till the end for a full breakdown of the Dominatrix chatting system that has generated over $3 million in revenue for Dominatrix creators. Okay, let's get into the system that this creator used to gain over 4,400 fans in November alone. The Dominatrix Creator Viral Instagram Engine. It's the process that removed the guesswork and helped her produce repeatable viral reels and took her from getting less than 400,000 IG views in July, where viral outliers were rare and her average views were only around 3 to 5,000, to now reaching 6.4 million views in November across 6 IG pages. Now, outliers are a constant for her, and she can confidently say she knows how to go viral repeatedly. Looking through her reels here, she consistently gets over 100,000 views per reel within her niche. And remember, these aren't vanilla views from low intent time wasters. These are targeted views from submissive fans within the femdom niche. Each view within the femdom niche is worth a lot more than almost any other niche, as you may already know. On just one of her IG pages, she now pulls over 10 times what she actually used to. And once again, this is just one of the 6 pages that we actually run for her. Across all of her pages, she generated over 6.4 million views in November alone, all within the femdom niche. But first, it's important to highlight that we made an agreement with this creator. Now, she promised that she would work 5 days a week and take on and action feedback quickly, treat this as a full-time job, and attend huddle calls daily, as well as producing 20 plus reels a day. And in exchange, we would plug her into the Dominatrix Creator Growth Engine and promise that we would cover her entire creative strategy by removing all of the guesswork and turning every single reel that she creates into 5 unique reels via editing, as well as scaling her to 6 IG pages, posting 5 plus times a day on each one of those, and to sell to her fans 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We also promised that we would cover her content strategy, her editing, posting, funneling, and chatting. So let's actually get into it. Step 1, research and strategy. Part 1, vertical selection. Now, before working with the Dominatrix agency, this creator didn't make the right decisions when it came to which content to produce because she had no data. And she also didn't know that each IG account needed to target a different section within the femdom market. With us, she gets to plug into a system built on $3 million of fan spend data. She gets to spend her time on the content that actually yields the most revenue without wasting any energy because she no longer has to guess what to create. We gave her the verticals that she needed to succeed and taught her how to target her fans with our internal keyword targeting algorithm hack. We taught her that social media is interest media. IG tracks what people watch, like, comment on, and search for. It then pushes them more of that same type of content. In practice, that means that fans don't follow accounts. They follow their own interests, niches, and in our case, kinks. The algorithm connects them to whatever matches those interests. We set this creator up with several Instagram accounts, each one aimed at a different group of fans to match their specific kinks. For example, one of her pages is dedicated to pegging, another to JOI, one to SPH, another one to chastity, and so on. This way, Instagram's algorithm spots the theme and pushes the account to people who like that specific type of content, not mixing it up with all the other stuff. And just to show you these categories weren't picked at random, we didn't guess, we based it off of the $3 million in fan data that we'd already collected as an agency. Part 2 is the competitor analysis. We showed her that she didn't need to reinvent the wheel every single day that she was making content. High-performing femdom reel content already exists from the Dominatrix agency creators, as well as other successful creators on IG. Our job is to study what made those reels so successful, reverse engineer the hooks, and then adapt it to her brand, her personality, and her voice. Then we mass produce them daily at scale. We actually built software that scans every creator in the femdom niche every single day. This software scans hundreds of reels and creators. It finds thousands of data points about what's working within our specific niche. The software then calculates a virality multiple. The virality multiple equals views divided by followers, and it shows just how viral a creator really is. When the virality multiple is greater than 3, this shows us that the reel is performing way above average. We then break down this reel and reverse engineer it in the creator's brand voice. Now, when the virality multiple is less than 1, that shows a reel is underperforming, and we then discard the reel. Our analysts use this software to dissect the best performing videos, extract the best hooks and ideas, and use it to develop her creative strategy. Then, the creator actually gets handed the result within her daily huddle call with her creative strategist. Here's what the back end of the system looks like. However, we just give it to Violet in a bite-sized format that's really easy to digest. Step 2 is the daily sprint. Now, the daily sprint has a few purposes. 1, it allows us to get really fast feedback loops on content. 2, the creator gets a touch point with her creative lead every day. And 3, it holds the creator accountable. She receives a 15-minute huddle at the start of every content day. She shows up ready to film. We show up with fresh hooks, feedback, and her accountability scorecard. It keeps her accountable, tracks her progress, and gives her daily momentum, motivation, and praise that she needs to be successful. Her only job is to show up, film, and upload. We lay out all of the hooks, the scripts, and ideations. She just hits record. Everything else is pre-planned for her. And we use the 70-20-10 rule. This means that she produces 70% reskins of winners, literally a copy and paste of a winning script idea with small changes like background or outfit. 20% are variations of those winners, changing about half of the aspects of existing winners. This could be a few words within the script, plus a change of background or outfit. And that 10%, that's new fresh content, which is new ideation to keep content fresh and also a chance to test out new ideas. This is a proven formula for success. Now, here's an example of what those daily sprint calls actually look like. The creator sits down with her creative strategist and they go through a sheet together, laying out exactly what she needs to do on that day. So there's absolutely no room for confusion. And her strategist is actually acting off the agency's data and feeding it into her content daily. Before, this creator was always overthinking, what hook should I use, what script, what time to actually post. But with us, we got on a call every single day. We supplied 20 plus proven hooks per call based on winning content that we have already tested on other accounts. We handle post-production and posting strategies. All she needs to do is show up, bring the energy, the personality, and simply hit record. Now, let's move on to step 3, the Dominatrix agency's reel multiplication system. We edit every piece of her content to make 5 reels for every 1 reel that she uploads. The Dominatrix agency saves her time and multiplies her content. She uploads just 1 reel, and we turn it into 5 unique pieces of content ready to be distributed on Instagram. This means from every content day, we get over 100 pieces of fresh content to post on Instagram. Before, she was burnt out trying to script, film, edit, caption, and post everything herself. But now, all she has to do is record. She doesn't need to worry about scripting, filming, editing, captioning, and also posting everything by herself. Why? Well, by handing all of that over to us, she gained leverage. Her time goes into the highest value work, which is being on camera, while the system multiplies every minute that she films. As you can see, she uploads one reel, and we then turn it into 5 unique variants on the back end. She said this is one of the parts of our system that she loves the most. She feels like every single hour that she puts in is so rewarding, as she knows she's getting 5 hours worth of output. Our editors studied the most popular formats within the niche to ensure that every variant has the highest chance of going viral. Now, step 4, which is actually my favorite part of the system, the Instagram posting distribution machine. We actually removed the need for a creator to post for herself. Before, she used to dread posting and engaging on social media and the feeling of needing to be on 24/7. Now, we actually post for her, so she doesn't need to manage an account unless she actually wants to. But why? Well, it's really simple. It was impossible for her to reach the total daily volume that she needed to hit to reach her revenue goals. Here's a visual to show you exactly how this works. Before the creator partnered with the Dominatrix agency, she was averaging about 2 posts per day to only one Instagram page, so about 60 posts per month. But since we plugged it into the posting machine, we've actually been able to scale her posting frequency drastically. We showed her the importance of volume. In order to scale her OnlyFans, we needed to feed the algorithm with so much content that it's nearly impossible for her ideal fans not to find her. That's why we scaled her posting volume from 2 posts per day to 30 plus posts per day, and subsequently 60 posts per month to over 900 posts per month. Now it's literally impossible for her fans not to see her content. This is the main driver that led to her gaining over 4,600 fans in November. It would have been almost impossible for this creator to reach this level of volume alone. I mean, could you actually imagine posting 30 plus times per day on Instagram by yourself? And then we have step 5, where we hunt for her outliers and get into those data-driven feedback loops. Before, the creator would post a video. If it flopped, she would feel pretty bad. And if she posted a video and it performed well, she then struggled to replicate that success on her next post. But with us, we taught her to treat every single reel like buying a lottery ticket. We buy 30 plus tickets every single day to increase the odds of winning. Then we analyze the data daily. We let the audience dictate the winner. If there's a specific hook that goes viral, we script 10 more variations for her the next morning so that one viral concept turns into 10 plus variations the next shooting day. Content systems are similar to the growth of a tree, and each stage maps to a different part of your content system. The roots equal the testing phase. You scatter lots of different ideas, hooks, and formats to see what starts to work with your specific audience. Now, the trunk is like the feedback and the iteration stage. You take the ideas that show promise, refine them, and keep watering them by improving scripts, angles, and execution. And the branches, well, they're your winning formats. Once you've proven viral concepts, you create variations and series from them, repeatedly returning to these formats because you know that these work. The objective is to identify the highest performing outlier pieces of content. For example, this video had 4 times the views of her average posts over the last 2 days. We didn't guess what to make next. We just asked her to double down on what the market already validated. Her old limiting belief was, if I make the same or similar reel repeatedly, my audience is going to get bored. But we actually taught her, if a reel outperforms, that means her viewers just told us that they enjoy the reel she just made. This means that they'll enjoy it again and again and again. Remember, we are targeting 80% new audiences with every reel. So every time we reskin a winning concept, we're just getting IG to push the content that we already know will outperform again. Okay, so let's be clear. Getting traffic is great, but the system actually fails if you can't sell to submissive fans. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to extract maximum value from every submissive fan through kink-based sales strategies. And if that sounds like it's too much to do all alone with no help, that's why the Dominatrix agency exists. Most creators end up getting stuck at around step 2. They film, but they don't analyze, break down what makes the winners successful to recreate them, or multiply every reel they make into 5. To be clear, We only built the machine. The creator is the content input, and the creator is the star. So, if you want us to give you the full step-by-step process for viral Instagram growth in the femdom niche for free, please visit our website, thedominatrixagency.com. We will gift you the Dominatrix Virality Blueprint at zero cost, which explains each step in more detail. And the link is in the description. Getting traffic is the most important and the most difficult step, but it's not the entire system. You can have 6 million views, but if you don't have an optimized sales system to convert those submissive male fans into revenue, you stay broke. Now you know how to go viral. So let's show you how to successfully monetize your audience. Let's get into the Dominatrix Creator Chat monetization machine. It's the process that transforms submissive fans into high-spending whales that took this creator from $10,000 in July to making $76,000 in November and has generated over $3 million in income for Dominatrix creators. So when a fan enters the page, they're actually tagged automatically based on the kink of the IG account that they came from. So we know exactly what they are into right away. This comes in handy later on as we can retarget our fans with strategic messages aimed at exploring their specific kinks with them. We then send them a free welcome video immediately that encourages the fan to open her $9 welcome bundle, immediately increasing the average spend per fan. Our data suggests that fan impulse buying likelihood is highest when the fan first subscribes. Therefore, we offer the fan a no-brainer welcome bundle aimed at driving the fan crazy to explore their kinks further with the creator. We also use this as a qualifier to see which fans are most likely to become spenders. Fans often go on to spend 500 plus within the first day of subscribing. As you can see from the screenshot, a new fan coming in and dropping 500 plus on their first visit is a regular occurrence for this creator. Next, we make sure that we profile the fan. Generic chatting kills the fantasy and just lowers sales. That's why we collect data from every single conversation. We subtly ask fans questions to uncover their specific kinks and their spending appetite, building out fan data that guides every future sale. Now, our goal at this stage is just to collect as much data on the fan as possible so that we can then segment them effectively into different sales categories, as well as store useful data points and interests we can impress them with later, making them feel like we really remember those key details about them. Now, let's touch on our laddered pay-per-view offerings approach. Our data says that fans are 8 times more likely to buy the content if it matches their specific fetish. Pricing too high at the beginning scares off new potential spenders, and that's why we structure our initial pay-per-view offerings to be accessible to all, hooking them into the habit of unlocking the content. And once that paying habit is established, we aggressively scale the pricing. This is how we easily get her new subscribers to spend over $500 in their first session. We call it the sales ladder into the golden window of maximum opportunity. Once a fan has opened a few pay-per-views, he's in the zone and will likely continue to open more as he's enjoying his experience. This is the time to start feeding him with more teasing content while sliding the pricing scale up. We treat the whole process like a personal one-on-one session with his goddess, and the fan feels dominated from his room. Next up are the content types and the fan nurturing. We use 5 specific strategies to turn fans from casual buyers into high-spending whales. Firstly, the one we just touched on briefly, drip sets. Our drip sets follow a very specific psychological order. We start with a free video introducing the session, and we hint to the fan that he needs to prepare something in advance for his session. This creates curiosity and sets the frame that he's about to give power over to his goddess. Then we follow a structure of task, reward, release. The aim of the session is to increase the average spend per fan, as well as the fan lifetime value. Each session generates around $300 to $500 in revenue on average. Then we have the bundles, which are 6 pictures plus 1 video. We take their specific kink we identified, let's say SPH, and we bundle the content which enables us to produce a higher transaction value per sale. Next, we have our 30-day task retention strategy. We offer the fan a 30-day program of daily challenges, each video outlining a very specific task that he must complete on that day. The difficulty increases gradually to keep the fan engaged and enjoying throughout the month. This successfully achieves two things. We can charge upwards of $300 for every pre-made 30-day task set, increasing average spend per fan once more. And secondly, he feels obliged to log in every single day, complete all the tasks, acting as a retention strategy. The fans will almost always continue to purchase sessions and pay-per-views as long as they are in the chat engaging with the model. The Dominatrix agency has a very strict protocol on response time. On average, every one of the creator's fans were responded to within 1 minute and 14 seconds. It's really important that fans feel valued. They hate being left on red, and it loses customers and, more importantly, sales. That's why we respond to her fans promptly. This is something she just wasn't able to do by herself previously. As a creator, you need to sleep. The days of the creator getting burnt out, staying up till the very early hours of the morning chatting are over. She just gets to focus on content now, and our system runs on autopilot for her. On top of this, we've cloned the creator's voice so that we can send out custom voice messages that sound exactly like her. Based on our data, voice messages have the highest opening rate of any message type. This is because a voice note feels a lot more personal than a message. This builds trust and allows the fan to create a deeper connection with the creator. When a fan proves that he has deep pockets, we tag him as a VIP and move him into a separate segment. From this point on, we actually chat with him daily. We stop selling just content and start building a genuine relationship. We ask about his day. We remember his dog's name. We become the most important person in his life. Now that moves us on to custom offerings and high ticket item sales. After building connection, the creator's fans are way more likely to want a custom video and items. We charge a minimum of $400 to the creator's fans for a custom due to demand. We started this a little lower, around $250, but bumped the price up when demand grew. This allowed us to build early connections with whales who now have no problem opening their wallets to see the creator's customs at a much higher rate. Then we retarget. Whereas most creators sit around waiting for a DM, our chatters don't. Our software watches the creator's fans like a hawk. The exact second a fan comes online, we send him a targeted voice note based on his interests and kinks. We're able to do this due to the tagging that took place earlier during the data collection phase. The data collection becomes super useful at this stage. We know exactly what to say to re-engage him. For example, if he's into feet, he gets a foot picture and a voice note the moment he opens the app. He thinks, wow, she must be really thinking of me. So now that we've covered off our service, it's important to touch on the creator's responsibilities. Now, the creator does have to fill the vault once a week with fresh content to sell to fans. We set out the one content day per week assigned to OnlyFans content, such as making new pay-per-views, bundles, 30-day task sets, photos, and short clips. We write all the scripts, we plan the scenes, and we give her guidance. She wakes up, looks at the plan, and simply hits record. And secondly, we agreed that she needed to complete all custom requests within 72 hours. Violet actually gets them done within 48 hours though, which is one of the reasons for her success. She understands that fast custom completion time is one of the most important factors when building connections with fans. No fan wants to sit around waiting for more than 3 days for something that he ordered. He wants it as soon as possible. And this also increases the likelihood that he'll likely spend more afterwards to buy another custom. The reality is, this system is perfect for hardworking dominatrix creators. But it doesn't work for creators who see this as just a hobby. You really need to be all in. And that's why we don't open the doors to just everyone. Our system is comprehensive and it requires our team to invest countless hours and resources into marketing, editing, posting, chatting, everything else that goes into it. We are extremely selective about who we plug into this machine. This opportunity isn't for you if you are not a dominatrix OnlyFans creator, or you have low aspirations, you can't commit to working 20 plus hours each week, or you can't take on feedback and improve quickly, or you're just unreliable and miss deadlines. We only want to partner with you if you are a dominatrix OnlyFans creator, you want to make more than $50,000 per month and understand that you will need to work hard to get there. You can commit to working 20 plus hours a week, you take on feedback well and improve quickly, and you are reliable and meet the deadlines. We are very confident with what we have actually built for DOMs. Now, it's important to note that we actually front all of the costs. We are incentivized to make you the money. If you don't grow, we don't just lose our time, but we lose our money. So, we cover viral content strategy, content multiplication, elite DOM chatting, and full strategy and management with zero upfront fees for you. We don't get paid for trying. We only get paid for winning. We only win when you win. So you need to act fast because we only take on 2 new creators every month so that we can actually give every creator we work with the attention and energy needed to scale their earnings and their brand. Apply through the website now at thedominatrixagency.com. The link is in the description.